Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is a special edition. Why I say a special edition? Because we are going to be discussing the Tata Group and the opportunities that you may get in not one but two IPOs that may actually be hitting the street soon. Now this is after almost 20 years that the investors may get this IPO bonanza. Not one but two opportunities emerging for investors. Today we've seen SEBI giving an approval, a nod to Tata Technologies IPO. A month back, we'd also seen SEBI giving, a nod with observations to Tata Play as well in confidential route to bring its IPO as well. So what does this really mean for all the investors at large, and is this an opportunity that you should look to grab is something that we will look to understand. Now market regulator SEBI has approved the IPO of Tata Technologies, and this will be the first public issue from the Tata Group after this nearly 2 decades. Remember, the Tata Group company had filed for its papers, the draft papers with SEBI in March. The issue will be a complete offer for sale, under which the selling shareholders will offload about 9.5 crore units, representing 23.6% of the paid-up share capital, is what we know so far. Now, the subsidiary of Tata Motors, that is Tata Technologies, is a pure-play engineering services firm, and that provides product development and digital engineering solutions that are focused on manufacturing-led verticals as well. Now, what's also going to be interesting is to find out what is this an opportunity that you should look to grab. Let's get in our guest for the day. Mr. Rajesh Agarwal joins in from AUM Capital. Welcome, sir, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. So, nearly 20 years it has taken after TCS, which we had seen back in the year 2004. And, this major tech behemoth has actually turned out to be a great wealth creator for investors over these last 20 years. We've seen the company as one of the best wealth creators with a market cap of nearing 12 lakh crore rupees. Help us now understand, what do you really expect from this big Tata Tech IPO that's soon expected to hit street?
Good afternoon, Sakshi ji. You said it right. This is a very special issue, I would say, a long-awaited issue for the investing community as such, because after 2 decades, there is an IPO from a reputed firm like Tata's, and everybody is so excited because, as we all know, that almost all the companies, if not all, almost all of them have given good returns. They have been consistent wealth creators, I would say, in the last so many years. If you look at TCS or Tata Motors or Tata Consumer, every stock has given good returns to investors. And I think this issue will be taken in a very good way by the investors at large, provided the price band, which has not been announced as yet, would be in
Yes.
a reasonable manner.
Yes. So, Mr. Agarwal, how soon do you expect Tata Tech IPO to now hit street, and what could exactly be the size of it? If you could also give us a ballpark figure of what is your own expectation?
See, as far as time horizon is concerned, I think it won't take more than 2 months to hit the market, because I think the management would also be like to be in the market
Sure.
as soon as possible, I would say. And as far as the quantum of size of the IPO is concerned, see, basically they are offering 95.71 million shares, right? So today's price in the unlisted market, I have checked, is around 950 odd rupees. So that's
Okay.
roughly 9,000 odd crores. But this is just a ballpark figure.
Sure.
Based on what the price is trading at an unlisted market, I can't be very sure about on this.
Sure, sure. Absolutely. Taken that point, fair point right there. But just like how I was pointing out, the last IPO that had hit street from the Tata Group was back in the year 2004, TCS. And we've seen the kind of wealth generation that it has done over the last 20 years. It has emerged as the tech behemoth for sure. Can Tata Technologies be also an IPO which could create massive wealth for investors over the next long term? And is this something that investors should definitely consider for including in their portfolio?
Of course, yes, the performance of the company has improved in the last 2, 3 years, I would say. Margins has improved from 16 odd percent in FY20 to 19.2% in the 9 months gone by. 9 month revenue was around 3,000 odd crore. 9 month bottom line was around 330 odd crores. Full year EPS, it was 10.45 paisa for FY22, while the 9-month EPS was 10.04. So we see that consistent improvement in the performance. Previously, when 70% of the revenue was coming from the anchor in client, that is Tata Motors. Now only 40% is coming from that. So they have uh, diversified their client base also. Now they serve 35 traditional OEMs, tier one suppliers, while 12 new entrants are also there. So I think the company is diversifying its client base, not depending on some few clients, and the working is also good. The only thing is the price band. If there's leave something on the table, there would be a listing gain. But for long-term investors, I think that would be a good opportunity.
Okay, so but you did say that one has to wait for the price band to be revealed right there, and if it is reasonable, then investors will definitely be excited. But is this an IPO that whatever price it comes at, one can still take that risk because it is from the Tata Group and it is bound to give good returns going forward in the long term? Is that something that you would agree with?
Yes, I agree to it because see, this being a total OFS, I don't think this is going
Yeah.
to help any way to increase the performance or reduce the debt or something like that for the company as such. Since it's a total OFS, the existing numbers should be taken as a benchmark. So if that is the case, I think yes, the numbers are pretty good. The fundamentals are sound, and yes, one can go for the IPO. They subscribe to that.
Okay, what are the key moats? And on the same time, what are the key risks that investors must keep in mind before looking to, grab this opportunity?
See, the risk factor at this point of time, what I believe is one, if something goes wrong with the auto sector as a whole, because auto being the biggest sector which they serve, then there would be a problem which I don't foresee in the near future. Secondly, the valuation part, which I again would insist the price band, because at 10 rupees 9-month EPS, if I extrapolate, it's 12, 13 rupees. So if something of that comes at 900 odd rupees, with the unlisted market price is showing 900, 950 odd rupees, then the P multiple is around 90. Whereas you have Tata Elxsi with trading at a PE of 60, 62. So that makes a huge valuation difference. So much depends on what the price band is.
Sure. Now, just like I was pointing out earlier as well, that after a huge 19, 20 years gap, investors may get a chance to, get a Tata, group company in their portfolio at the first entry point, that is the IPO price. Now, SEBI had also given Tata Play, formerly known as Tata Sky, the nod to launch an IPO via confidential route. Remember that for all our viewers, I'm saying that unlike the traditional route where companies have to launch the IPO within 12 months from the SEBI approval or the final observation, in the pre-filing route, an IPO can be floated within 18 months from the date of SEBI's final comments right there. And also one thing to remember here is that when the confidential route is taken, the entire balance sheet or the business details need not be given out to the public right there. So that's another difference that investors must remember, that when Tata Play's IPO comes right there. But do you expect Tata Play to be a later entrant and Tata Tech will be the first one now to enter the street?
Yes, as far as my thinking goes, I think Tata Technologies will be the first one to hit the market, and after maybe 3, 4 months or 6 months time, like the second one would hit the market. I don't think the management would like to come out with two IPOs simultaneously in a very short period of time.
Sure.
Yes, you said it right that confidential route would be a little difficult for analysts like us to figure what the valuation would be, but still, it would again be a hit, I would say.
All right. So between the two companies, would you advise investors to go for either of them or should one really go for both?
Why not go for both? Because there would be a time lag for between both of them. So go
Okay.
for both.
Okay, what are the different modes that one should approach both of these? If you could explain to all our viewers the key business aspect of it and what one should expect when one goes for these IPOs.
See, as I said, this company caters most of the revenue, like 75%. of the revenue comes from the large chunk of the revenue comes from the auto sector, I would say.
Correct.
So, as
That's for
far as
Tata
auto
Technologies, you're
performance,
saying.
yeah. So, auto designing and all. So, once that's doing well, I think this is one of the major factors. The other one is product sale and all, and the third one is education business. So there are three verticals as far as the DRHP is concerned. So, I
Okay.
think all three are doing very well, especially the auto ones. So, and the numbers have been improved in the last so many quarters, I would say. We have been consistently tracking this from the last so many years, despite the fact that it was not listed. Uh, yes, it's a good IPO. I would recommend all our viewers to apply to that uh, for two main reasons. One, it belongs to the Tata stable, which there is no issue of any corporate governance or the clean management, I would say. And the second one, the business model is very sound.
All right. Well, many thanks, Mr. Agarwal, for being with us on the show and discussing all these insights about this upcoming IPO, Tata Technologies, and then later on, Tata Play is also likely to hit the street. So it could be an IPO bonanza for all those investors who are enthusiasts from the Tata Group basket who keenly follow this space. Two IPOs may be coming out for you. So definitely keep an eye out on this space, and we'll continue to track more developments for you. So stay tuned on to Business Today TV. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also continue to engage with us on our other social media platforms as well. Until then, thanks for tuning in.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.